Well, hello everybody. How are you? It's Jeannie. I hope you're doing well. Well, it's here. I got the All-American ads from the 1990s. So, I've only flipped through it really fast. I just came in the mail. And you know what's really cool about this is it's brand new. I mean, like, brand new. The others I bought, and they had been opened. This was in its plastic wrapping, so that was really cool. Anyway, I'm looking forward to heading back in time with you and showing you some really good look backs at that decade. I don't think I have as much affinity for that decade as I do earlier decades. I think because I was a young mom, I was busy. There were certain things that I did buy into, but not as much. It's not as much of a favorite as, say, the 60s and 70s. I mean, I just loved those two decades, particularly the 70s, because I was a teenager at that time. I know, I'm only in my 20s, my late 20s, but yeah, I time travel. Not. So the 90s, while there are some things I identify with, like I said, I was really busy at that time, so not as much obsession on my part. You know, speaking of going back in time, I wanted to show you what I've been doing in some of my spare time to relax, and that is playing June's Journey. June's Journey, the folks at Wooga are sponsoring this video, and I began playing June's Journey, golly, over a year ago when they first sponsored my channel. And I just loved it. I loved it then, and I love it now. As you progress, you get rewards, and I love the rewards you get, because with some of those you're building and decorating your own island. I mean, who doesn't want their own island, right? And let me show you mine. Because this is my me time, when I've got a few minutes in the morning as I'm drinking coffee and catching up on what I'm going to do for the day. I spend a few minutes just tuning out. I love the detective story element to it. June, who is the protagonist of this game, is on lots and lots of various detective mysteries, and she's trying to uncover her family's many secrets, and she is on a quest to solve a murder. So one of the fun things is that there are levels and competitions within the game that I can play too, as like little side games, and it's just that much more fun and challenging. I love these scenes. They're beautiful. The artists are just amazing on this game. And I love the glamour and the retro feel of the 1920s. So let me show you a couple of the, I've got a gift here. I'm placing a coffee kiosk on my island. I mean, what island doesn't need a coffee kiosk, right? So I'm going to show you a little bit of the play from, say, back in level 2, because I don't want to give away too much and show you what's out there. So, watch this. Whoops. I just love the rewards you get, because they help you buy new things or help decorate the island. June's Journey is free to download, and you can get it by clicking on the link in the description or in the pinned comment, or you can scan the QR code that I'm going to be posting here. It's available on Android and iOS devices, as well as on a PC and Facebook games. So if you want to have a little fun during your me time, download June's Journey or scan the QR code. And thank you to the folks at Wooga for sponsoring my channel. Again, I love June's Journey, and won't you all join me in playing? So I quickly thumbed through this, and one of the things that I notice that is a little different from the other decades that we've done. Now remember, we've done 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. I do not have the 30s or the 2000s. The 30s book was quite expensive, so I'm not sure I'm going to get that one. And we'll see about the 2000s. But one of the things I noticed is there in the advertising sections, there's a lot more skin. Yeah. So if you remember in the 1980s decade, that's when underwear models were suddenly given free rein to be, showing, a guy in his underwear, or, skimpier, much skimpier. But this definitely shows more skin. The 90s for me, like I said, the kids were becoming teenagers, most of them, and that's also when I started doing some more traveling, particularly to across, abroad to Europe, and also later into Croatia, Slovenia, the former Yugoslavia, and right after that war. And that was wonderfully eye-opening to me. And what I really saw was how people can be in their own bubble. You think that your life is the way life is everywhere out there. And I know intuitively we know it's not. But to live it, feel it, see it, be somewhere else where you don't have the amenities that you're used to. It's eye-opening, it's educational, and it's expanding. I remember we took our youngest son to Croatia, and that was, I think, in the early 2000s. And it was still kind of not quite as modernized as it is now. And it was eye-opening for him, and I'm really glad we did that. He got to see lots of kids from various countries who spoke lots of languages, and he didn't. He was kind of the little star. We were on the island of Kirk, K-R-K. Yes, we were on the island of Kirk at that time. And so all the kids in that area were gravitating toward him. And it was just wonderful to watch him interacting with kids. He couldn't even, most of them spoke English, but not all. And they all just, learned each other's personalities and ways to get along, and it was so heartwarming and impactful on him. And we've taken our kids, all over, and I think it's important, if you can somehow travel with your kids, or if you're young, travel, get out there, see the world, because the world is not this heavily over-consumerized bubble. It really isn't. It is in some places, but not everywhere. I know that's a lot of blah, 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 but I think it's why I love people from everywhere so much. And it's important not to judge them through the filters I have in terms of what I have in my life, what I grew up with, the amenities that we have and are used to. Not everybody has that. And that's why I truly enjoy channels that show me a different kind of life. I've been watching a lot of YouTube channels from, like I told you, that TIR. It's completely different, but I'm just enjoying that broader world perspective, not through my filters, not through things that I have or don't have. So I encourage you to broaden your perspectives, and I really do think it helps bring us together and understand each other more, have more compassion. So anyway, that's a lot blah 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 intro, right? Okay, so now let's go ahead and get started flipping through the 1990s. A lot of you have been asking for this because it is your decade. And I will, as usual, give my thoughts and opinions and memories. And I hope you enjoy it. So let's go. Okay, here we go. All-American ads from the 1990s. Brand new. Okay, we're going to start with oh my gosh. Right, yeah, opulence, huh? Okay. What was his name? Dennis Rodman. Okay, alcohol and tobacco. All-American ads for alcohol and tobacco. I don't know that there's really anything too new or too different here than what we've seen in the previous decades. Budweiser. You know, I always liked the Budweiser ads, especially with the Clydesdales, of course. Those were the best. And then, of course, the frogs. Do you remember? Budweiser. I thought that was pretty clever. Okay, let's see. What was this? Boddington's, the cream of Manchester, England. Pub ale draft. I've never heard of this. I'll be in England this fall. I'll be telling you guys more about that. And coming up here, let's see. You either have it or you don't. I do not know what this means. He's got a bottle of Chivas Regal, but I don't know why he's looking up at the sky. If you don't think your tastes change, let's think back to that haircut senior year. Oh my goodness, that's so true. Wow. Okay. Hennessy, Kahlua and milk, Seagram's 7, Goldschlager. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see that there's much that is different. Rum, Bacardi. Okay, so now these, these drinks, these fruit-type drinks, I think those became more popular. Stolichnaya, Lemonaya, Vodka. Wow. Bodybuilder. And this is Kahlua, Black Russian. Interesting, Black and Russian. Sky Vodka, Absolute, Absolute Neiman, Absolute Pride, Absolute Restraint. Oh my gosh, look. He's totally tattooed except for a bottle. And then Absolute Houdini. Nothing there. I like that. Clever, clever, clever. Beefeater gin, the authentic English gin. You know, I don't drink a lot, but there are a couple drinks I do like, and I do love a good gin and tonic. Once in a while, once in a great while. Okay, Stolichnaya. Raspberry flavored Russian vodka. Oh, that's a cute Ingle Ills. The holidays aren't the same without JB. Bacardi Limon. Jeff Smith. Wow, I remember his cooking shows from was it the 80s? I think it was the 70s, the late 70s maybe. Yeah, and he ran into some trouble. Okay, Domaine Saint Michel. Chandon. Methyl Champenois is an industrial thrash band from France. It's actually a method in making champagne. It's the traditional method, but I like that. Methyl Champenois, a band, punk band. Cuvée Dom Pérignon. I do like champagne, I really do. I like Veuve, I like Mumm, and I like Dom Pérignon. Okay, and then again, cigarettes. Same old, same old. Smoke, it's cool, but it's a risk to your health. At least they have that Surgeon General's warning on all the cigarettes. You look cool, but it's gonna kill you. Bacardi rum mixes with everything. Wow, look at that horse. That is one stressed out horse. It looks like he's going to fall back. Wow. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. More cigarette ads. Oh, Camel. Here we go. Joe Camel. And I think Camels finally had to outlaw this because it was too appealing to kids, like the next generation of smokers. They're trying to create that. So, but, it was a cool campaign, Nope. Okay, in a world of strange tastes, there's always Bass Ale. Whatever. Okay. The Mommobile. automobile. So, yeah, this was the decade really where the minivan, kind of falling, after the 80s, the minivan, the mom-mobile, station wagons. Yep, station wagons, here we go. I don't know that there are many cars from the 90s that are remarkable, and if I'm wrong, correct me. But one of our boys had a 95 Explorer, I think. But yeah, they're just so, I don't know. They're just so, I don't know, boring looking. Are any of these going to be collector's items? I don't know. Corvettes, even the Corvettes are just blah. Listen to me, I am just a negative Nelly tonight, aren't I? Good grief. Cut it out, Janie. Find something positive. Okay, here we go. Here's something positive, a Rolls Royce. Okay, I mean, look at this BMW. It's like, oh my gosh, look at that. I think all the car designers were on Valium in the 90s. There's just nothing exciting here. Okay, that's cool, but that's old. That Chevy Camaro. I know that Chevy Camaro. I had a friend who had that exact same color in that car, and it was cool, I have to say. It was cool. The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, I read, I don't know, a few days ago that it was in a car accident and it actually rolled over. It flipped. I mean, are you seeing anything here that knocks your socks off? Really? Really? I mean, there's nothing here. Okay, I'm going to find something positive, okay? I'm not going to be a negative Nelly. Cute elephant butt. Like a Jeep. If you can read this, your Jeep is too close. That's what that says. Rollerblades were big in the 90s. Our kids had them. We had a couple broken wrists from those. Okay. Cars, what is this? The Camaro Z28. Kind of cool. Okay, this Volkswagen ad, I remember this. It would just go duh, duh, duh. Do you guys remember that? Duh, duh, duh. Duh, duh, duh. Just these guys riding around. It's kind of a cool commercial. I should try to find it. Let's see. Let's see if I can. Volkswagen commercial. Okay, here we go. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. See, those two guys. I love that commercial. I will probably have to turn that music down because YouTube is very, license oriented, and I don't want to get a strike for using something I'm not supposed to. Okay. All right, y'all. You 90s fans, tell me your favorite car that you've seen so far. Besides the Rolls Royce, that one's mine. You can't claim that one. Okay. Okay, motorcycles. CPR for the living. Harleys, shadows. Oh, look at that. That's cute. That looks like a mom from the 90s. Yeah. The Mercury Villager. What did we have? We had a minivan for a while. What was it? It was a Dodge. Was it a Caravan? I think a Caravan. Something like that. So I was I had the mom-mobile. My dad used to say with these little cars, they look like shoes, like you need a second one to have a pair on your feet. Okay. I don't know. Okay, different sound systems. Yeah, sound systems. Okay, Simply Confused. Civic, a Honda Civic. All right. All righty. Okay, business and industry. All right, let's see. Okay, mutual funds and life insurance and home insurance, like a good neighbor. It's funny, I was just singing this jingle the other day with the park fire that was going on in north of Chico on up to, heading north towards Redding. It didn't get that far. But I said, to my husband, I said, and like a good neighbor, State Farm is going to pull out of there. Because insurance companies are they're pulling out of California and, foothills areas and burn areas. Retirement, Cigna Retirement, American Express. Okay, all these various investment things. Enron. Oh my gosh, Enron. Enron. Do you guys remember Enron? See, I do, because I was an adult. I actually know somebody who was on the forensic accounting team when they went to court, showing all their shenanigans, their financial shenanigans. Wow. Yeah, they went down in a huge ball of flames. Okay. All right, what's all this? Business and industry. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Sears. Interesting. Together we all succeed. Successful relationships are like bridges, bringing people and ideas together. That's why at Sears we support and encourage minority and women-owned businesses and suppliers. Oh, Louis Armstrong stamps, and look at 32 cents. Jimmy Dean, Marilyn Monroe stamps. Wow. Okay. Appearances can be deceiving. Okay, this is an ad for a wool jacket, and he's sitting on a chair that it's a bar stool with legs. So he's sitting and his legs are in front. Okay. Steve Young, 49ers. Yep. Wasn't he number 8? Okay, what is this? Yugoslavia is more red than ever since the fall of communism. Okay, so this is interesting because the Yugoslavia, which was Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia, Montenegro, and a couple of others, that's when they were all breaking up in that war between Serbia and Croatia. That was so awful. And like I said earlier, that I started going there in the mid-90s. Look, have you ever installed a phone on your wrist? You will. Yes, you will. Look at that hand. No wrinkles. Compare it to my hand. Probably about 50 years younger than my hand. Okay, AT&T. Aha, long distance calling, 1-800-COLLECT. That used to be a thing. You young people, calling collect, or finding the cheapest way to call somebody. It wasn't like we have now. Totally not. If you're younger than the 90s and 2000s, you won't remember this. IBM Business. Okay. All right. Airplanes. Boeing. Oh, wow. United. McDonnell Douglas. See, now in the last one of the decades, it was just McDonnell, and then McDonnell Douglas. That's what it is now. They merged, or one bought the other, I suppose. Okay. Wow, Rosie O'Donnell reading The Bean Trees. What I do like about this, okay, so this is a Barbie ad. There's a girl being born in America, and someone will give her a chance. It's about, a lot of programs started here that were really supported and became mainstream. I like that. A lot of causes, the drug problems. Make-A-Wish. You're starting to see a lot of ads for things like that. Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Human rights, unconditional, undeniable, unlimited. Until there's a cure. The bracelet. This was to support having proceeds go towards AIDS, HIV/AIDS. That was still coming off the 80s, a big unknown, and so hepatitis. Look at the yellow eyes. Okay, the different oil companies and what they're doing to help the environment, and they do. For instance, I know down in Katy, Texas, there's a huge wildlife and animal rescue center where we took a bird that we found, a great big blue heron, and they have all these volunteer vets. This place was amazing. They have an equine area, a huge bird area. Just amazing. And all these vets are on call. If there were a spill, any kind of an oil spill, they are set to go and help the wildlife. And this place is supported by all the big oil companies, Exxon, chevron. And, I appreciate that because it's if they make a mess, they are paying to help clean it up. Let us put our minds together and see what we can make for our children. Sitting Bull, Lakota Sioux, 1877. This is for the American Indian College Fund. Yeah, see, lots of causes for the forests. Yeah, saving the planet. Recycling. I have to say, Europe is way ahead of us on recycling. Oh my goodness, way ahead of us. I remember being in Germany one year, oh golly, what was it? In the early 2000s. And I mean, it was like there's a yellow bag for this, and this is for brown paper, and that's for white paper, and it's for green glass, and white glass, and clear glass. And it was like, whoa. But some things are hard to discuss with your child. Smoking shouldn't be one of them. Yes. See, these are anti-smoking campaigns. Llamas. Oh, look, you could even expand your financial portfolio by investing in llamas. So you diversify your investment portfolio by investing in llamas. Okay, consumer products. Okay, some of the same old things, kitchen appliances, blenders and coffee makers and toasters. And now we're getting into water purification. Ooh, Sub-Zero. I miss my Sub-Zero fridge and freezer back in my California house. I have to say, it was a good one. Yep. Okay, Lane, that is an old brand. Very old brand. Lazy Boy. Versace Home Signature. Yeah, look at the big makeup on the supermodels. What was her name? I've gone blank. But yeah, wow. Very loud colors. Okay. All right, towels, clean your carpets. You've fully recovered, but have your clothes. Wow, I'd like to see that come through the wash. Okay, Cascade, Charmin, Endust, typical cleaning products. Kind of unremarkable, right? Thomas Kincaid things were very popular in the 90s. I know several people who collected a lot of the Thomas Kincaids. There was a gallery up in Placerville that was a Kincaid gallery in California. Okay, and watches. The Swatch, the official timekeeper of the 96 Olympics. And it's funny because now it's the Olympics, the Summer Olympics, right now. Oh, I bet those are collectors now. Breitling. I want to get my husband one of these. We've looked at them and almost pulled the trigger a couple of times. And, the watch of pilots. And they have other career-oriented watches as well. But he doesn't even wear a watch. So that's where I struggle on a big commitment like that. It's like you don't really wear a watch. I do. He doesn't. perestroika. Okay, Calvin Klein. Let's show some skin. Yeah. Versace, Gianni Versace glasses and Ray-Ban and Wayfarers and Gucci's. Yep. You're cool if you have the right kind of. My husband still wears Ray-Bans, you know. He's got a couple pair. Those are the glasses he wears. Ralph Lauren. Okay, bikes. Oh, one gun ad. I'm surprised on one knife ad. Oh, here's another gun ad. Tiffany. Bic. Bic pens. Okay, all the doodaddy type things that you can order. And G.I. Joe, so football, a snow army guy, toys. Oh, my daughters loved the American Girl dolls. And they had them, you know, that looked like them. All right. Baseball cards. My husband still has a whole lot of baseball cards from his youth. And yeah, we've got quite a lot of baseball cards. We should get those priced out. Hey, look, here he is. And he is number 8. I was right. Okay. Power tools, batteries. Okay, hunks for housewives. All right. Let's show some skin there. Digital technology and electronics. Oh, Game Boys and PlayStations. Yes, those became. Look at here they are, Game Boys. Yep. Yeah, we had, I think we had 2 and the kids had to share them. Oh, yeah. I loved the old original Zelda on the Nintendo. I loved it. Okay, wrestling, Lara Croft, Tomb Raiders. These are some of the big games. Medieval, Game Boy games. Yeah, this was when game playing really took off. Oh, look at these. So Mac versus PCs, $1,299, but you get 400 megabytes. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Okay, 400 megahertz G3 processor, a DVD drive, 10 gig disk storage, okay, with a 400 megabyte port. I'm sorry, I read that wrong before. And all these pretty colors. Wow, look at that. Yeah, this is when the battle between the two companies, I think going Apple versus, a PC, really took off. Say, PC. And I have to say, I was a PC person until maybe 2012 or 13. Yeah, just all the different, and then the different mouse, options and discs. Yeah, and you really could start doing a lot with your computers back then, a lot of designing. Okay, computer, all about computers for kids. Yeah, amazing. And then the Walkman. Oh my goodness. Sony Walkman. Golly. Matchmaker.com. Websites started becoming really big on a lot of things. You know, everybody. Hey, Leo. What you doing, Leo? Yeah, you know, if you had a domain name back then, it's possible you could have sold it for something. Oh, look at these cameras. Oh my goodness, that's a handy cam. That's still big. Oh, and Palm Pilots. Oh my goodness. Look at these phones, little flip phones. I remember the first BlackBerry. I loved the BlackBerry. You know, I could go so fast on that thing. TVs, boom boxes. That's so funny. I was just singing a song by Tiny Tim. That's who that is. Tiptoe through the tulips. You got to Google that because that's not how he sang it. He had this really high falsetto type voice, and he played the ukulele and sang Tiptoe Through the Tulips. I mean, he's from the 60s when I think his popularity, early 70s maybe. Okay, entertainment. All right. Okay, different shows on TV. Okay. What was this one? China Beach, Dark Shadows, soap operas, Young and the Restless. Oh, Madonna was super big too. In the 80s and 90s. Oprah, the Oprah Winfrey Show. I used to watch that. Oh my goodness. And Martha Stewart. Oh yes. I did my Martha Stewart stint. Cartoon Network. Oh, yeah. Do you guys remember this? Cartoon Network from the 90s? Oh, and the Eagles, the Hell Freezes Over tour. I saw them. I've seen the Eagles 3 or 4 times. They were so good. I'm glad I saw them before Glenn Frey died. First time I saw them, I think, was 1977, possibly 76, but I think it was 77. CNN, yeah, the world's news leader. Ah, look at Whoopi back then. Yeah, some of these shows. Dumb and Dumber. Oh my goodness, that was a good one. Wow. Dawson's Creek. My kids love Dawson's Creek. It's funny. I see this. And I see him, Rick James, and I just think, super freak. She's a very freaky girl. That kind you can't take home to mother. Sex and the City. Oh, I love The Sopranos. Oh, we loved Sopranos. I had the Sopranos cookbook, and I made Italian food, and oh, we had a, Sopranos night. The Nightmare Before Christmas. That was a great show, I think. A great movie. Mrs. Doubtfire. Wow. Silence of the Lambs. Ooh, Pulp Fiction. Tremors. These were some good movies. Classics, I think. You know, Thelma and Louise. Oh, man. Titanic. Oh, my girls were gaga for that movie. Jackie Brown, that was good too. Pam Grier, she was awesome. Oh, Schindler's List. Has anybody not seen Schindler's List? That was such a great, great show. A movie, and the music. Oh my God, Itzhak Perlman playing that violin on a Stradivarius. One of the best movies ever. You should see it. If you haven't seen it, I'd like to know, and I would love for you to see that movie. Oh, Pretty Woman, that was a good one too. Good Will Hunting. Oh, these are great. Shakespeare in Love. Saving Private Ryan. Oh, The Spy Who Shagged Me. That was so good. These were great movies. Okay. This is what my best thing from the 90s was the movies, I think. The Matrix. Oh, the Blair Witch Project. Oh my gosh. My kids were in high school, and they all went together, and they went out and saw it, and they all came back to my house, of course, our house, everybody, and my daughter came up and said, Mom, we're all spending the night, everybody's going to spend the night here, we just saw this curious movie, and it's all true, it's a documentary. And I said, what? I said, Jen, it's just a movie. She goes, no, it was real. Everybody's too scared to break up and go home. We're all going to sleep downstairs on the family room floor. And they did. They were convinced it was real. Oh, Michael Jackson. What a talent. Oh, my two loves. Actually, Jimmy Page. Robert Plant, he was cool too, but Jimmy Page was my love. My love. Oh, Benedictine Monks of Santo Domingo and the Chant. That album was awesome. I still listen to Benedictine or Gregorian chant. I love it. Okay. Oh, Martha Stewart Living. I used to take that. Yep. Okay. Gotta get going here, Jeannie. You and your blah, blah, blah. Oh, Scott Hamilton, Back on the Ice. He was awesome. Okay, fashion. Let's go to fashion. Underwear. Tommy Hilfiger, Banana Republic. I guess Joe Boxer, Versace. Underwear is big. Okay. Who is that? Is that Marky Mark? I can't remember. Yep, showing a lot of skin. Very, sex appeal oriented. All these super fit bodies. Socks and jeans, Lucky Brand jeans. I've got some Lucky Brand jeans. Levi's loose-fitting jeans. But the Westerners wore those tight Wranglers. Leo, come here. What are you doing? Come here. What are you doing? He's inspecting my shelves. Okay, Calvin Klein jeans. I mean, yeah, provocative, huh? All right, a bit of color. I think I was always a classic person. I never did much of this kind of thing. I was always kind of classic. That's why I like, designers like Donna Karan and Ralph Lauren, Armani, Chanel. Not that I could always wear them, but United Colors of Benetton. Interesting. It shows a black hand and a white hand handcuffed here. And what this was about is advertising the brand, not a particular product, but really getting brand appeal. And I think they still do things like that. Okay, sports. Yeah, sports. Biking. Oh, Hush Puppies, that's classic. Gucci. Nike Air. I think the 90s was also known for these basketball shoes just suddenly becoming super, super expensive. The Jordans, the Air Jordans. If I recall, I don't remember anything like that in the 80s. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, Tina Turner, I loved her. Okay, women's underwear, women's designer stuff. Oh, what was her name? Nicole? Oh, I forgot her last name. She died. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember a lot of these faces. Gucci, Fendi. Lauren, Ralph Lauren kids, infants and toddlers. Okay, oh, the moms. Okay, so food and beverage. So the mom from the Partridge Family, Shirley Jones, the mom from Happy Days, and the mom from the Brady Bunch. All right, teas and coffee. Starbucks. Starbucks became big. Gatorade. Oh, Joe Montana. Reminds me of packing school lunches with these things. Okay, Got Milk. That was a huge campaign. So look at all the different people. So Kiss, the band Kiss, Ivana Trump. Who was that? Bop group. Bop. I can't remember. Hanson. Yeah. Everybody's got that milk mustache. That's like having candy in the morning. But yeah, they taste good, I know. Okay. Food, cooking. The photography of food is a lot better. That has stepped up, I'll say, in the 90s. Pudding, and if they partnered with Got Milk, see, they've all got pudding mustaches. Bill Cosby had a big fall, but that's not what this is about. Jolly Ranchers, I love Jolly Ranchers. And I love Ritz crackers. Things I don't eat anymore, but... Okay, so look how cute Jamie Lee Curtis was. So cute and young. Okay, health and beauty. All right, let's see. This is all, colognes and perfumes. naked bodies, because that's what sells, I guess. That's what sells a perfume, is a naked body. Giorgio was so popular. I had some. I smelled some not too long ago, and it was like, ugh, not so good. This is Forever. That's a classic. Chanel number 5. Dior. Okay, cellulite control. This isn't airbrushed at all, because skin is, and you know, flesh is that toned and perfect. Sure. Okay. All right. Let's get going here. We're almost at the end. Travel. Oh, 747. Queen of the Skies. It's my, oh, here it is. It's my favorite airplane to fly on. Yeah. And this is the best, right in here, the nose cone here is these are the best seats. These are okay, but this is the premier. This was global first. I missed that. United doesn't really have those anymore. We retired them. Okay, and various countries to go see. Many are still on my bucket list. Near and far. Okay, that's it. Okay, I think it won't be a 2-hour video. Well, what did you think? Let me know what your favorite parts were. What I find fascinating is the fact that some of these movies, they feel like they were just put out a few years ago, and it's the 90s. I mean, I think of the 90s as 10 years ago, 15 maybe, and it's not. It's like 30-something years ago, right? You know, in that range. And so to think that so much time has gone by, it's like, boom, you know? Don't blink. Time flies. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, your memories, your take on this decade. How old were you in this decade? Was this your favorite decade of growing up? As I said, mine was the 60s and 70s, mostly the 70s, because I was getting lots of freedom as a teenager, discovering lots of things, and having fun, and meeting friends, you know, some of my lifelong friends that I've had, holy moly, since the 70s. And there are still, I have friends from the 60s. I do. Wow. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And we will see if there's going to be another one to follow this. I'll have to watch and see the cost of these books. Thank you for being here on these journeys through these decades. I have had a lot of fun going through them with you. And yeah, I love hearing your stories about them. And I appreciate all your feedback. So, thank you to the creators of June's Journey for sponsoring my video. And go ahead and check out the link or scan the QR code and download this really fun game. I wish you well. I wish you peace, and I wish you love. Take care, my friends, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.